Welcome back. Join us as we head around to Cape Fear as we get ready to cross Cape Hatteras. So we are leaving the Georgetown, South Carolina this morning. It's around 5 a.m. and we are leaving the area of the creepy lighthouse. And we are headed out to Cape Fear. Specifically, we are headed to Deep South Marina and Bald Head Island. And we are going to see some sights and provision up, fuel up, and we are going to be watching the weather very closely as we begin our trip around Cape Hatteras. Now, to get around Cape Hatteras, it's from Cape Fear. It is about 324 nautical miles. So I know that doesn't sound like a lot, especially if you're taking a car trip, but for us in a boat that goes about 6 to 8 nautical miles an hour, it's going to be a 3-day overnight passage for us, and Jay and I will be taking turns at the helm. And going around Cape Hatteras, there isn't nowhere to anchor. There is nowhere to stop for fuel, so we will be watching our fuel consumption very carefully. We will try to sail as much as we possibly can, which is another reason for us to really watch that weather window before we leave to make sure the winds are right for us to be sailing. So we had a nice sail all the way to Bald Head Island, nothing eventful, and we got all settled in at the Deep South Marina, which was a very nice marina, very friendly people. And we got the boat all tied up, got settled in for the night, and tomorrow we are going to go check out Southport. So, since there's no Ubers in Southport, the marina gave us a number to a guy for a taxi, and he drops you off and then he picks you up when you call him. Now, we stopped in Southport. We walked over to a winery and a little brewery. Jay tried some local beers and I tried some local wines. We both found a few that we liked and a couple that we didn't. And that was very enjoyable. Then we were a little hungry, so we stopped at this little oyster bar, had some fish and chips and some wings, and enjoyed that little snack before continuing our walk around town. So the main downtown area in Southport is very walkable. They have some beautiful homes there, and we are on the hunt for ice cream. You know how Jay likes his ice cream, so we heard there was a little ice cream shop around the corner down here, and we are trying to find it. Okay, so we rounded the corner and we found the ice cream shack, and Jay is all excited. He's going to get him some ice cream. And what'd you get?
Banana pudding and
Chocolate? Look at these rocking chairs. They're so cool. Okay, so we really enjoyed that ice cream. The view is pretty cool, right on the bay, right on the water. And we hung out in Southport for another day or two. And we finally got a good weather window. And this morning we are leaving. We are going to suck it up and head out around Cape Hatteras. It's a little daunting and a little scary because we've heard so many bad things about crossing Cape Hatteras. But we have a really good weather window. We are prepared, both safety-wise and food-wise. And we are going to check out the marina and head off. Normally when leaving this marina, you gotta check the ferry schedule and make sure you're not interrupting the ferry because it's a very narrow channel when you leave. But we are up at around 5-ish in the morning. The sun is just starting to come up and the ferry doesn't leave till 7, so we are good. So we are going to round this corner and head out of Cape Fear. So getting out of Cape Fear, you can see the sun rising behind us. You have to go pretty far around because there's a lot of shallows, and we entered what's called the washing machine area. And basically it does toss you around like you are in a washing machine. It is very choppy. But that was the worst part of our sail around Cape Hatteras. Once we got out of the washing machine area, we had basically a great sail. We motored part of the time and sailed as much as we could. We ended up getting to the Chesapeake Bay with about a quarter tank of diesel, and with just the great weather, it made for an absolutely great experience going around Cape Hatteras for us for the first time. When you hear about all the stories about Cape Hatteras, it being the graveyard of the Atlantic and the shallows, and it's very daunting for us because, one, we've never done it, and two, it's a little scary. So while in the washing machine, we did check in on Cheddar a couple of times because Cheddar does tend to get seasick, but he did fine. Now, one thing on our boat is we were really worried about when we first bought it is, are we going to get seasick? And to date, we have never been seasick on our boat. But they say if you're a sailor and you've never been seasick, you've never been in the right conditions. And just to be clear, I hope we're never in the conditions enough to make me seasick. But the rest of the trip outside of the washing machine was very smooth. We managed our fuel consumption and arrived in the Chesapeake Bay with about a quarter tank of diesel. So we were very, very happy about that. And we were able to sail, and we motored mostly at night and sailed during the day because at night some of those winds can pick up, and then trying to put your sail down could be a little daunting, especially when you're tired. So the closer we got, the more cautious we were about putting our sails down during the evening. Now, one thing we did see while crossing Cape Hatteras was, it's called the Frying Pan Tower, which is a decommissioned 1964 Coast Guard light station, and it's about 32 miles off the coast of North Carolina, and it's about 85 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. And believe it or not, you can actually rent it. It sleeps about 12 people and is about 5,000 square feet of living space, but you do have to climb a ladder to get up there. And I am constantly amazed at some of the things you see on the ocean. Now, we didn't get close to this structure, but it was really cool to see. So the absolute worst part about a 3-night voyage around Cape Hatteras, and the absolute best part at the same time, is the nighttime sailing. It is so dark out there. You can actually see the Milky Way, and I know the pictures don't do it justice, but it is an unbelievable experience to have so little light and be sailing in absolute darkness, relying on your radar to be your eyes, and a flashlight that doesn't give you much visibility, but at least gives you some reassurance close up. But when that moon rises over the water, it is an unbelievable feeling, because now you can see for miles over the water. And it is so beautiful, and it just makes you realize how big this world is and how small you are in it. Now, nighttime sailing is one of my favorite things now, because you see so much beauty in the sky, and again, it's hard to describe unless you've experienced it. And it was absolutely my favorite part of the journey. So, join us next time as we arrive in the Chesapeake Bay.